everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Power Series Dropkick from Transformers Bumblebee. He has the Energon Igniters logo over here, as he is compatible with the Energon Igniter cores that come with some of the other releases. Does not come with one himself, but it does have some kind of compatibility. Not too much going on in the packaging there. There's a cool picture on the side. You can see it says Power Series. Kind of open packaging. I guess you would still consider this open packaging, a little bit more enclosed than we're used to, but this size class kind of reminds me of the one-step changers, but it's a little bit more intricate than that. As you can see, it has 4 steps, so it does have some transformations. It's not really spring-loaded like the one-step changers are, but the size and the packaging definitely reminds me of the one-step changers from, say, Robots in Disguise. Yeah, so we've had the Speed series, which are the smaller Legion class. Then there's the Power series. Then there's the Power Plus, which is basically a robot. It's a toy this size packaged in robot mode with one of these. That's what makes the Power Plus series. And then, of course, the Nitro series is the largest size class. So, a little bit of insight there into how they're doing the different size classes for this movie. Different than what they've done so far, but kind of similar. The Power Plus is kind of the new weird price point because they didn't really have deluxes, I guess, so they decided to just take these size and add the little core just to give it a couple more dollars to kind of fit that deluxe price point. So let's go ahead, let's get Dropkick out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here's Dropkick out of the packaging. You can see mostly blue and black. A little bit of paint apps here and there. You have this Decepticon symbol with 2 crossbones, which is kind of cool. I guess he's a pirate. You have a little bit of silver there on the front grille, a little bit of silver here on the exposed engine. Otherwise, it's mostly just the 2 molded colors of plastic. Rolls fairly well. Turn it upside down. You don't see terribly much of the robot mode. You can see some fists. This will become the head back here. So, transformation, very simple. You go ahead and you fold these sections forward. Then you turn it like this, split apart the legs, split out the arms, and then this section folds up and becomes the midsection. So it's a very, very basic transformation. Get a close-up look. Pretty decent head sculpt though. Nice paint. You got some red for the eyes, which looks good. So articulation wise, you have this swivel here in the shoulder, and then you do have 90 degrees in the elbow, which is nice. And then I guess you have a little bit of ankle movement here, but you have some movement here in the hips. So very, very basic. This size class is $9.99, I believe. And you can see that this is kind of indented a little bit, and this does kind of open up. This is really how the gimmick works. But I guess if you wanted to go ahead and do that now, you could. I feel like it's a little better. Like if you leave it like this, it just kind of looks like he's got a giant, you know, back of the car on his back. But I feel like if you go ahead and push these in, and it does transform that a little bit, then it almost looks like this could be a jetpack maybe. And plus this gives just a little bit more like identity to the back. So it's really up to you. The directions do not show you doing that. If you look at the directions here, it doesn't show you pushing that back section out. And you can see here, it's definitely still closed up. But it's an option. If you think that looks a little bit cooler, I kind of do. I kind of like how it breaks it up because like now the head seems a little bit more defined with some space around it. And the back doesn't look like such a giant shell. But again, it's completely your preference. If you want to just go ahead and leave it like this, you certainly can. And that doesn't look necessarily bad either, kind of like a turtle shell. But it's not necessarily bad either. But again, it's very limited articulation. Basically, how the gimmick works, if you close this all back up, go ahead, peg this, put this down. Like I said, very simple transformation. So go ahead and push that in like we just saw. And then that gives you these, I guess is a cannon in the front. It kind of looks like thrusters, but it's facing the wrong way. And then you take the core, and you can see there's an indent here for the little peg that sticks out. So you just drop this straight down here, And I kind of like the look of that. It's goofy as all heck, but I kind of like it. And then you just go ahead and push this down. And then it makes the car go, so I'll have it. So I don't know why, but I kind of like the look of it. It's definitely goofy. I guess it kind of almost reminds me of like Rodimus Prime with like the Winnebago top or something like that. I don't know. This thing, it fits really well in here, I have to say. And it just kind of looks like it's part of it. It's like a tricked out, like Mad Max station wagon or something. I don't know. It's just, it's got some character to it. I don't know what it is. I like it. So you just pull that back out, and then you push these in, and then you can push this down. Because how this works, you can't, when you push these in, it hits something that makes that flip up. So you can't, once these are all the way down, you can't push this back in. Because these pieces here are what flips that out. So you have to close these first before you can push this back down. But yeah, it's a very simple little car mode. Like I said, not a ton of paint, but they use 2 different colored plastics, I think, to get their point across. Very, very, very simple transformation. But sometimes that can be fun to just pick up something and go and have it transform back and forth. So that's the kind of official directions way. But if you want to get a little fancy with it, you can go ahead and push this in for a little bit different look. I kind of like that it has that the two options there. It's kind of neat, like if it was actually, like if you had something small enough that he could keep back there, you could have this come down, and then you'd have all that storage space. So if you had like, I don't know, what do I have nearby that's tiny? Here you go. Here's a Lego hairpiece. He could store it inside. I don't know. It's goofy. It's just fun. It's kind of a large space back there. You could actually, like, if he was trying to steal, like, the Allspark, or if you had, like, a little prop or something, you could definitely hide something fairly decently sized back there. Kind of cool. So, yeah. So, that's basically it. There's not too much to these guys, but I think they can be fun if you just know what you're getting ahead of time. You know, don't expect a ton of articulation and don't expect a crazy amount of, you know, paint applications. But honestly, I gotta say, even in the robot mode, all this blue down the side of the leg is nicely painted. So I feel like, honestly, for paint apps, pretty decent. Just really low on articulation, and transformations very quick and fast. But they're smaller figures. I mean, they're not even deluxe class figures. I guess they're kind of on par with like Legends class, which I know Legends class from, say, Power of the Primes or something is definitely more articulated and better transformation, but it doesn't have a gimmick built into it. So if you're a huge person, if you're a person that's hugely against gimmicks, you're very anti-gimmicks, I can understand how you pass on these. But if you're just looking for some good stupid fun, and you're looking for some Bumblebee movie designs, I think there's fun to be had here, especially for kids. I think kids will really like, you know, jamming these in the various different toys. The fact that you can buy one of these and it connects with all your different toys, I think is a good play style. So we'll see. But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.